Yo, what's up guys, welcome to my humble YouTube channel where I bring you fanfiction that will brighten your days. Before we start, a subscribe is greatly appreciated, and don't forget to leave a like and ring the bell icon so you won't miss exciting new fanfiction stories. Storm of Swords, Female Rimuru X Demon Slayer, by KyleBayan. Chapter 10. The Battling a Beast. Rimuru Pav. After getting tossed outside the mansion, I quickly grabbed Shoichi as all three of us are falling. I held his head close to make sure his head was okay. Shoichi. So soft, as I landed safely and glanced at him. Rimuru. Are you alright? Shoichi nods with a bright red face. Shoichi. Why yes. I put Shoichi down and checked him for injuries. Other than being flustered for some reason, he was fine. I gave a sigh of relief and glanced at Zenitsu, who was unconscious. Rimuru. Did he land on his head? Shoichi and I rushed to Zenitsu. Shoichi. Zenitsu. Zenitsu. I checked his pulse and made another sigh of relief. Rimuru. Don't worry, he's alive. Shoichi calmed down. Rimuru. Still. I smacked Zenitsu in the head. Rimuru. You shouldn't scare us like that, you asshole. Shoichi. Miss Rimuru. Zenitsu woke up. He sat up while holding his forehead. Zenitsu. Ow, my head. Shoichi. Zenitsu. Oh, thank goodness. Are you alright? Zenitsu. I am alright. What about you two? Shoichi. Oh, I'm fine. Miss Rimuru made sure I was safe. Zenitsu. That's good to hear, but what's with all the tears? And why does my head hurt? Zenitsu rubbed the back of his head, and he felt something strange on his hand. When he looked at it and saw blood, he started to freak out and overreact. Too tired to be bothered by his constant screaming, I sat down to rest. Ha 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 ha. Suddenly, loud laughter can be heard from the mansion's door. Zenitsu. What's going on? I don't like that sound. Watch out. Cause. Ready or not, I am coming through. A guy wearing a boars burst out of the mansion and broke down the door with his head. He snorted and looked around. Rimuru. This guy again? Zenitsu clung on to Shoichi. Zenitsu. Ah, there it is again. The terrifying boar monster. Ha 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 ha. Picking up a demonic presence here. Rimuru. Demonic presence? But I can't sense any demon anymore? My eyes widened as I realized Nezuko was still here. Zenitsu. Wait, I've heard that voice before. During final selection, he was the first to rush up the mountain and the first to come back down. What a force of nature. The boar-headed swordsman scanned the area until he saw Nezuko's box. Ha ha ha. I found you, demon. The swordsman ran toward the box while I tried to get up quickly, but my injuries slowed me down. Rimuru. No, Nezuko. Zenitsu. Stop it. Zenitsu got between Nezuko and Inosuke. The swordsman stopped, surprised by Zenitsu getting in his way. Rimuru. Zenitsu. What the hell? Who are you? Get out of my way. Zenitsu. My name is Zenitsu Agatsuma. I'm a demon slayer, the same as you. Oh, are you, now? Then you should already know. We gotta get rid of that thing at all costs. Now get the hell out of my way. Zenitsu. I refuse. This belongs to Tanjiro and Ri. Don't you argue with me. I deal with them in their box if that's the case. I won't say it again. Move. The swordsman placed the edge of his sword towards Zenitsu, which made me angry. Do you wanna? I got up and tried to punch Inosuke, but he leapt out of the way, evading my strike and glaring at me behind his mask. This girl is strong. The swordsman tilted his head as if he's trying to remember something. Wait, I know you. What the heck are you doing? Don't you know there's a demon in that box? Rimuru. Crap. Zenitsu. I know that. I've known that from the very start. Rimuru. What? Zenitsu. I knew Tanjiro and Rimuru were traveling with a demon. All living creatures have sounds. My hearing is so good I could even hear their thoughts. Yet I've been deceived many times. However, the sounds they made were kind. But I'm sure they have a good reason for doing so. I'm sure I can put my faith behind it. So I'll ask them later about the demon myself. Until that happens, just leave it alone. I'm getting tired of this crap. If you keep getting in the way of me doing my job, then I am forced to take you both out along with that box. The swordsman snorted and charged at us, swinging his swords. I got furious, and I blocked his sword and then kicked him away. As I kicked him, I heard a cracking sound, which made the slayer groan in pain as I sent him tumbling on the ground as he dropped his swords. Zenitsu. I heard it. She broke his ribs. Rimuru. As much I don't like anyone breaking that box, I understand why you want to do it. But a member of the Demon Slayer Corps should never use their sword at another member of the Corps, as it is taboo for us to fight each other without provocation. The swordsman is lying on the ground, is laughing while coughing. So that's how you feel? I see. In that case, let's fight bare-handed. Rimuru. Did you not understand what I meant? We aren't supposed to fight eachother. He got up and charged at me and threw a flurry of punches and kicks from an unusually low angle. I evaded and blocked each of them. He then grabbed my arm and then started to twist. He then tried to throw me to the ground, but I locked my legs around his neck, then I twisted, smashing him into the ground. He then tried to kick me in the face, which I avoided, and continued his assault. He was able to kick my leg, causing me to stumble back, and I threw a roundhouse kick, which he dodged by bending backward. He stood back up and then landed a punch, which I countered by kicking him in his gut, sending him upwards. He then flipped and landed on his feet and then charged at me again in a very low angle once more. I threw a punch, which he evaded, then grappled me and knocked me to the ground. He stood back up, where I landed a kick to his chin, causing him to reel backwards. He spun around and then leapt towards me from a quadrupedal position, landing a headbutt to my chest. I coughed up blood. Rimuru. Ow, my ribs. He continued his low-positioned attack while I evaded each of them. Rimuru. His attacks are unusually low. Like, I'm fighting a four-legged beast. I grinned. Rimuru. Lucky for me, I know how to deal with animals. I leapt backwards to gain distance. The guy charged at me from a low position as I took on a very low stance, then spun around to land a kick. He ducked down below my attack. Rimuru. What the heck? I quickly rolled away as Inosuke curled his body to try and land a weird kick. Rimuru. What the heck? He's as flexible as a snake. We both flipped backwards, then landed on our feet. What did you think of that move? Pretty damn amazing, don't you think? Zenitsu. Rimuru. Is he praising himself? Let me demonstrate what else I'm capable of. He bent backwards until he poked his head between his legs while laughing like a maniac. Rimuru. I'll admit the attack earlier was cool, but what you're doing now is a little creepy and very stupid. I made a grin. Rimuru. But now I know what you're capable of, you won't beat me. Flopped on his belly, then got on a low stance position again. Is that a challenge? Then bring it on. I got into a very low position and we both charged at each other. The swordsman threw a right hook, but sidestepped, slipping under his attack, landed a punch to his side. He tried to land a kick, but I slipped under him and kneed him in the gut. He tried to punch me again, but I sidestepped, then quickly leapt over him, then landed an axe kick, making him eat dirt. What the hell? She's slippery, I can't land a hit on her anymore. The swordsman got furious and started attacking blindly, making it easier to me, so dodge and strike. Quit dodging my attacks, damn it. This kept going until he stood up, shouting in frustration. Seeing an opening, I threw a punch directly at his face, but he caught it. Gotcha. Rimuru. He's sharper than he looks. Still holding on to my fist, he reeled back, then threw a punch, but I quickly caught it. Our battle became a test of strength. Tanjiro. Rimuru, stop. Tanjiro suddenly appeared and shouted, catching my attention. Don't get distracted. Still gripping each other's fists, the swordsman reeled back to throw out a headbutt, taking advantage of Tanjiro distracting me. I quickly pulled him downward and did a jump and kneed the swordsman in the face, knocking his mask off. He stumbled backwards, groaning in pain while holding his face. Ha 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 ha. You're good. You tricked me to thinking you got distracted and made me drop my guard. He removed his hands, revealing his bleeding and surprisingly girly face. Question mark. But that trick won't work again. All of us were stunned with confusion and gawked at him for a moment. Tanjiro. Huh. Rimuru. Zenitsu. Huh, are you kidding me? That's what you look like. What the hell are you saying? You got a problem with my face or something? Rimuru. No, we're just surprised that you look strangely pretty. Zenitsu. I honestly don't know what to make of you now. You've got a totally ripped body but such a delicate face to go with it. What? Why are you guys so obsessed with my face all of a sudden? Zenitsu. And no, I'm not. It was just an observation. Zenitsu quickly hid behind Teruko, who just arrived along with Tanjiro. Rimuru. Really, Zenitsu? Hiding behind a little girl? Tanjiro. There's nothing wrong with your face. In fact, the girlish shape, size, and complexion are quite attractive. Rimuru. Dude, I know you're trying to be nice here, but complimenting a guy for having a girly face is weird. You're a dead man. You wanna go. Rimuru. Leave Tanjiro out of this. Then fight me again. Tanjiro. Calm down. Also, why are the two of you fighting? Can't you two talk it out? I got a better idea. How about I tell you my name before we fight? Tanjiro. Are you even listening? Inosuke. Hey, blue hair girl. My name is Inosuke. Don't you forget it. Tanjiro. How is that spelled exactly? Inosuke. Huh. I don't know how to read and write. Okay. Besides, I am not even talking to you. Rimuru. Alright, I'll play along. My name is Rimuru Arashi. Inosuke. Rimuru, huh? Well, that will be easy to remember. Inosuke ran towards me, and as he was about to attack, Tanjiro got between us. Tanjiro. That's EOUGH. Tanjiro headbutted Inosuke so hard Inosuke fell flat on the ground. Zenitsu. Ah, that sound. Did both of your skulls get fractured? Tanjiro. Quit fighting, you both are in no shape to continue. Rimuru. Sigh, fine, I'll stop. I'm not the one who started it anyway, besides. I pointed at Inosuke, who is still flat on the ground. Rimuru. I think you overdid it, since I don't think he's even conscious right now. Tanjiro. Oh. Sorry. My bad. Zenitsu. Pav. Tanjiro felt bad for headbutting Inosuke so hard, so he removed his haori and rested Inosuke's head on it. I used mine cover Inosuke like a blanket while Rimuru cleaned his wounds. While waiting for him to wake up, we went inside the mansion to look for the bodies of the dead, to give them a proper burial. After a while Inosuke woke up, screaming in fury as he leapt in the air, which freaked me out. Inosuke. Rahhhhhhhhh. Zenitsu. Ah, he's awake. Inosuke. Fight me now. Inosuke started chasing me. Inosuke. Get back here, you. Zenitsu. I can't believe this is how he acts right when he wakes up. I quickly hid behind the closet person to me, which was Teruko again. Inosuke stopped once he saw us burying the bodies. Inosuke. What are you up to? Tell me, Tanjiro. We're having a burial. Inosuke. Burial? Tanjiro. Yes, and you should help out, too. There are lives lost in that mansion. Inosuke. What's the point of putting things that died into the ground like that? I'm not doing it, not in your life. Forget that and fight me, headbutt guy. Zenitsu. This guy's cold. Did he really just ask the point of a burial? Tanjiro. I understand. You can't do it because Rimuru hurt you too much. A vein could be seen on Inosuke's head. Inosuke. Huh? Zenitsu. I thought it was just the boar guy, but they're both crazy. Tanjiro continued to misunderstand what Inosuke is thinking and continued to unintentionally mock him. Just then Rimuru and Shoichi came out of the mansion with another body. Rimuru. Oh, Inosuke's awake. Tanjiro. Yeah, but Inosuke couldn't help because the injuries you gave him. Rimuru stayed silent for a moment. Rimuru. I see. From the tone of her monotone voice, she understood that Tanjiro misinterpreted why Inosuke refused to help. Rimuru. If he doesn't want to help, then we shouldn't force him. Inosuke, furious on what Tanjiro said, he misinterpreted what Rimuru said, which made him angrier. Tanjiro. Yeah, so you should get some rest, Inosuke. Sorry to ask too much of you. Inosuke snapped, while Rimuru chuckled to herself. Inosuke. Huh, don't underestimate me, damn it. I can bury 100, no, 200 bodies. I am going to do more work than any of you. Just you watch. Inosuke dashed inside the mansion. Rimuru apparently found the situation funny and laughed. Zenitsu. Her laugh sounds adorable. Blush a little. Rimuru and Shoichi gently placed the body on the ground. Rimuru then walked over to Tanjiro and leaned closer to whisper something to him. I heard her telling Tanjiro about how I knew about the demon in the box and why she had to fight Inosuke. She also told Tanjiro that I might ask them later about it, and that it's best for them should explain when I